Welcome to Massive Epic Tiny Battles. Today we are refighting the First Battle of Geonosis with 6mm Star Wars miniatures. This epic showdown marks the start of the Clone Wars. Neither side having had any practical experience before, it sees two opposing armies thrown into each other without knowing what would happen. It was absolute chaos, and today we aim to recreate that chaos. The Republic player has never used the LAT gunships before, or even been on the offensive. The Droid player has very little armor to stop the oncoming clone force, but has lots of battle droids to throw into the mix. And to top it all off, there is an impending but uncertain time schedule. The objective of this scenario is to destroy the hard cell transports before they can take off. So today I'm playing the Confederacy. We have to defend these, so we're going to try and lay a trap because we are seriously outgunned. So I'm going to put my 1st regiment right in front of these two and put my 2nd regiment behind them. I'm going to put all my droidicas right here, defending from this direction. And we're going to try and leave this unguarded. Now here's where the trap comes in. We're going to be sending our reserve company up to recapture or do something at least onto this spot on turn 3. And on turn 2, we're going to send in all of our Hellfires and we're going to try and sweep out everything that comes in. We're going to place our good tanks right here and try and get some cover from this stuff. But everything here is in the open. It's going to get destroyed. That's okay.
So basically for my plan here, I'm on the offensive for this one. Basically I've got these guys coming in, probably here and here. I get 4 of them to put in right away. And then same with these guys. I have 4, 8, 16. I have these guys. I got 2 troops of 4 coming in, probably here and here. I'm going to try and attack the middle and then work on the outsides after. I'm going to deploy basically all my troops right off the bat. And then basically for turn 2, I'm going to basically do the exact same thing and just try and get everyone in as quick as I can and just basically do an all-out blitz right off the bat and see if I can end this quickly. So, there we go.
We see the opening positions of the Separatists. Holding their large assembly of droids in the center of the table, they hope to control the game from here. The right flank of the droids has the most tough and deadly force available to them. The clone gunships fly onto the table with a massed assault at all points in the first wave. They are very cautious and deploy their loads before the enemy has a chance to fire on them. Launching their rockets, they do very little damage but draw first blood. The droids respond by firing on and shooting down a quarter of their gunships. When the clones hit the ground, knowing their time is short, they immediately rush into close combat with the droids. The left flank of the clone army boldly rushes into close combat with the ever-versatile droidicas, and the Auric company is wiped out. Close combat in Fistful of TOWs 3 is quick and deadly. Each side continually takes turns firing at each other until only one side is left standing. This proves very costly for the clones as the defender fires first, and the odds do not favor the clones as they roll more 1s than any other number. The force on the far right flank of the clone army are having a much better go of it. They encounter absolutely no resistance and march straight for the objective. Then they spring their trap. The entire Hailfire droid force of 3 companies appear from the side of the table. First company rushes into close combat with the clones approaching their objective, decimating them with their armor and heavy lasers. Second and Third Company positioned themselves on the flanks of the Republic armor and using their flanking advantage to sneak some missiles into their armor. In Fistful of TOWs 3, there are 2 armor ratings, a front armor and a side armor. The front armor of the ATTEs is designed to be practically impenetrable, but the side armor is their weakness. The clones call in their second wave as planned, but they arrive to see a shadow of what was once a fine clone army. With very heavy casualties, they are approaching their brink. The Confederacy looks like they might be able to win this after all. With lessons learned from the first wave, the clones take their time maneuvering into position. The clones close up the distance and once again enter close combat. Their right flanks are once again defeated, and with not enough forces to break through, they fall back and let their armor slowly clean out the Hornet's nest of B1 and B2 battle droids. The far right flank of the droids starts to get overwhelmed and outmaneuvered. After repeated attempts to activate the droids and engage them in combat, no orders make it through the mess of communications being sent out. In the rules we are using, you must write down your orders and commit to them. Once an order is completed, you must roll to see if new orders arrive to the units. With no orders coming through, the legendary droidekas are now just obstacles for the Republic to avoid. Because of that, the heaviest armor available to the droids is now getting cleaned up by the ATTEs with no chance of defense. The first of the hard cell transports is destroyed. Having dropped their second wave, the LAC gunships take up positions at the rear of the droids' battle line. With their missile and laser attacks, they create enough chaos to stop any more orders from coming through. With the droids not able to move up their second battle line, the second of the hard cell transports is about to fall. Over on the far left flank of the droids, the swarm of Hailfire droids loses the missile bow with their arriving LAC gunships. To make things even worse, the newly arriving ATTEs deploy in the cover of the escarpment, blasting what is left of the droid swarm. With an unsuccessful morale roll, the remainder of the Hailfire droids retreat, engaging their strategic regroup protocols. With the third hard cell now completely unguarded, the game is now called. It was a costly Republic victory, with the Republic losing 2/3 of its clone troopers, whilst the Confederacy only lost 3 companies of battle droids of their entire 3 regiments worth. The Republic was able to use their gunships to win the day. Thank you for watching today's episode.